morning, it's your girl Monique Macrin and welcome to my vlog. With this video, I take you back on how I spent my Sunday morning. It was a fun-filled fitness session. So I went to Karura Forest and I used the Gate C, which is directly opposite the Shark Place, which is next to the CID office. So once you get here, there's a checkup, your temperature is checked, you get sanitized, and you only pay via M-Pesa or a card, and that's what we did. So stay tuned and see how we spent the session. And as we do that, I'm going to be giving you tips on how to do a proper hike that is safe for you. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Monique Macrin, but for today please call me Wangari. So this is Karura Forest, and this place was saved by Wangari Maathai. You're right, my namesake. One thing about Wangari is we are revolutionary. You get? Like me, I'm trying to be revolutionary by making you guys embrace fitness. And I'm such a recreationist that I believe that there should be fun in fitness. It's not like a punishment. It's not a slavery way of life. You can actually have fun. Have fun as you're, exercising your body, okay? So this is like the first episode that I'm doing of fitness. Fun and fit, no? Fit and fun. Beginning to sound better, babe. Fun and fit, fit and fun. It's the first series of fit and fun. So let's go. Okay, first things first, you want to do your homework on the place that you want to go and have your physical activity in. In this case, you want to know who runs the place. Are there rules and regulations governing the place? Karura is managed and run by the KWS, and you are only allowed to be here between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. I already told you the modes of payment here is either by M-Pesa or a card. Cash is not accepted. The next thing, you also want to know what do other people think and say about this place. That means you want to check on the reviews. Myself, I usually go online and check the reviews on sites like TripAdvisor. When you do that, you're able to know what do you expect, like what are your expectations, and also you make an informed decision. Is this the place that you actually want to visit? So after that, the next thing is you want to be prepared in terms of the right running gear. I could talk about the top and the bottom, but I am more interested in what you wear on your feet, your shoes. Having the wrong shoes could easily cause an accident or an injury. A running shoe should be light, fitting, and not flat. That the shoe is supposed to raise towards at the heel, should be a little raised, and also should have an arch that complements the arch of your foot. Okay, the next thing is you want to make sure that you're hydrated. Remember, dehydration could cause headache, among other issues. So you need to make sure that you are hydrated throughout the run. In Karura, you do not have a lot of filling water points, and at the same time, I'm not sure if you can really trust the water. I do not, but you need to know that even if you bring your water, it cannot be the disposable bottles. KWS will never allow you to come in with a water bottle from, the supermarket. You need to have a refillable water bottle. One that when they look at it, they are assured that you're not going to leave it in the forest. Okay? So ensure that you have a recyclable water bottle. That is the only thing that is going to be allowed into the forest. Wait a minute. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Like, you get to experience nature in its lowest and most majestic form. And I think it's healing. It's healing from the weak stress, pressure. Nature is actually medicine, if you ask me. See how the water is falling. Like, you can easily get lost in it. And I mean, I would rather get lost in how the water is falling, like, rather than get lost in all the time being in the house on a weekend, thinking about lockdown, this COVID pandemic, like, you spend your days Monday to Friday working in a stressful environment in the city, the busy city, the polluted city. It's only fair, like, if you bring yourself on Sundays or Saturdays to a place like this and relax. Ensure that you leave all the stress of the previous week here. Like, nature knows how to deal with it. Just leave it here. Leave it to nature. And then you get to fly rejuvenated
into the following week, and trust you me, it's going to be a productive week. Just try it and thank me later. So, by the way, when you're running up a hill, there's a technique to it. Naturally, we tend to use our toes when you're climbing up a hill, but that is not safe for you because you tend to exert pressure on the wrong places. So what you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to step with your full feet on the ground. Okay, let me channel my inner child. I enjoyed this. Like, it was a mixture of dancing, doing my pole thing, and then continuing with the running, standing to admire the trees, to admire the forest. There are actually caves in here, but the main thing was coming here to challenge my cardiovascular system and have fun.
So we've been walking for the last 10 minutes and we haven't seen a person, like a single person. And it's a little bit worrisome because I haven't used this road before. But one thing I'm sure of is that we are following the human trail. That's another rule in hiking. You're always told that make sure that you're sticking to a human trail. Usiende kutafuta njia mahali haiko, you get. So that is a sure way to show you that wherever you're going, you're somewhat safe. And we've not seen signages showing us that kuna animals or something. So I don't know where we are going. But one thing that I know for sure is that we are safe. Well, I'm trying to convince myself. Lakini niko na bazoo hapo. In case of anything, the king is going to scope his queen. And together we're going to run off to a safe... What?
So, a picture here and a picture there, and just like that, I documented my visit to Karura Forest on this particular date. So I went back to running, and I was a happy runner. I was challenging my system, my body, mental. I was feeding my eyes and my soul with nature. I was being good for myself, by myself. And I tried to have my mask on anytime that I saw people near me, because we gotta protect ourselves and others. You know who has the virus? I do not know if I have the virus. So it's called being responsible, having the mask on when I should.
Nursery there, and let me tell you something. It is our duty, all of us, to preserve the environment, because God created man on the 7th day so that we can take care of everything else that he had created before us. So I want you to know that if you want to plant trees, there's a nursery there, and you don't pay anything, by the way. All you need is to write a letter to the office of the forester in charge of the forest that you're going, and then they can connect you to these guys. So I remember 2 years ago, I did a whole acre Uko Uplands, the Aberdare forest in Uplands, and we got our trees from there, the seedlings from there. So actually that reminds me, we're supposed to do a tour to the Aberdare's Uplands Uko Limuru so that you can see the trees that I planted, if they grown. So I just wanted you to know, if you want to plant trees and you don't know where to start, this is where you can start, Karura Forest, but you don't come through gate C, you'll come through the very first gate. Hapo ndo kuna that office, and it's not a complicated thing, by the way. You go get your trees for free, find some place that you can plant them, and you do what God created you to do. Among the things that God created you to do, that is taking care of.
And lastly, with those with underlying medical conditions, you do not have to shy off from physical activities such as this. All you need is to seek the advice of an exercise specialist and your physician, and you can do it safely. Okay, until next time.
Hey, so I just finished the run. It was awesome. It was amazing. I was hydrating, but gosh, I'm having a slight headache because yesterday I had one too many. I kunywad. And my dad always says that choices have consequences. So I knew very well that today in the morning I was supposed to go and have a morning run, and yet I drank too much, guys. So actually in the morning we were late because me, I was hungover. Pia ulikuwa na feel kahangi? Yeah, so we were late. And then we were so dehydrated, but then we were like, okay, we knew very well that we had plans to come and run, and yet we drank late into the night. So We have to be responsible adults and do what we planned to do regardless of our poor choices, because choices have consequences.